Hi, welcome back. My name is Kalen Kennedy and this is Making Sawdust. I want to show you this week how I use template routing to create wooden swords and daggers for children. Let's get started. I've got this board that's nearly 6 feet long and I'm hoping to get 4 swords and 4 daggers out of it. It's got a lot of knots, it's got a few cracks, so the first thing I have to do is figure out exactly how I'm going to work around those defects in the wood. Here you can see 2 knots that I'm trying to avoid with this long sword. And with this space right here, I think I can fit one of these shorter swords in. I've got a crack right here and a couple of knots, but I think I can sneak maybe this dagger into this space. Alright, I've got all the templates drawn on there. One thing I want to mention is to check the wood for knots on both the front and the back of the board. Here's a really ugly knot with a split in it that didn't show up hardly at all from the front. Just something to be on the lookout for. Next step for me is to cut these shapes apart using a jigsaw. You could do all the cutting with the jigsaw, but I like to use the bandsaw. And to help with the bandsaw, I've got a 3/8 inch Forstner bit in here where I'm going to drill in some of the tighter spots. The next step is to cut out the shapes of the bandsaw. I like to stay between a 1/16 and an 1/8 of an inch away from the line. That way there won't be too much to clean up with the router table. And now it's time to break out the router table. I have all my templates attached to blanks using double-sided sticky tape. And since I have one, I used my J-roller to apply a lot of pressure to make sure that tape is thoroughly stuck. From here we're going to use 3 different bits on the router table. Let me show you why. When you're template routing, there's a ball bearing here that's going to ride against your template. And this blade will cut the wood flush to the shape of your template. But you want to do something called downhill routing, which means I want to be moving this way down the grain. If I come up this way, uphill routing, with the blade spinning around, it can chip off the end of that handle. So after coming down here, I'll skip and come to this part, and then I'll skip again and come to this part. After I've done all the downhill routing I can with this bit, I'll swap it out for this one, which has a ball bearing at the top. That'll allow me to turn the blank and template over and get those pieces that I had previously skipped. Finally, I'll put my 3rd bit in, a roundover bit, and just round over all the edges of the sword or dagger. Since it takes time to swap out router bits, it's a good idea to have a lot of templates attached to different blanks so you can maximize the time with each bit. Also, since router tables kick up a ton of sawdust, it's a good idea to have a shop vac hose clamped onto the table. Okay, let's get to it. Blade change. With the template removed and the roundover bit put in the table, we can do the last little bit of routing for this dagger. Alright, a little bit of hand sanding, and this one's done. Now if you want to take it a step further, you can paint it. Here's one I painted from the last batch I made. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you again next Friday, and don't forget, get out there and make some sawdust.